Hi everyone. My late husband's body would convert the carbohydrates that he ate to alcohol. My name is Michelle Giannato, Vice President, Patient Advocate for the nonprofit Auto Brewery Syndrome Information and Research. This is how my husband would start his day every day, blowing into a breath alcohol meter, making sure that his numbers were 0. When we suspected he had Auto Brewery Syndrome, we bought this meter and he would wake up in the morning and blow, and most mornings he woke up 2 to 3 times the legal limit. He would wake up after 6-8 hours of sleeping with a 0.23 or above. We realized quickly that diet was very important and we needed to limit the carbs as much as possible. The best way to do that is to keep a diary of everything that you eat and drink, blow before, consume your meal, and then wait an hour, and then blow hourly, and keep track of the breath alcohol meter numbers. Most of the time, if you're on a 0 carb diet, it should be coming back as zeros. If you eat a little bit of carbs, it might go up. For some people with Auto Brewery Syndrome, it goes up a lot. Even with a little bit of carbs. For others, it might take a little bit more carbs. Each person is different. If you are someone that is suffering with Auto Brewery Syndrome and you are going to follow up with a new doctor to try to get testing or diagnosis, there are a couple of things I would recommend. One, go on our website, autobrewery.org, and download a case study. There's one called Stat Pearls. In that case study, it describes the 3 types of fermentation that we're aware of. One is oral brewery syndrome. Second is urinary brewery syndrome. And the third is gut fermentation. I would also recommend you bring your breath alcohol meter, also bring your diary, and explain to your provider that you've been keeping track. You've bought this, it doesn't have to be this brand, by the way. Any fuel sensor breath alcohol meter will work, and show your doctor your diary, what your triggers are, and request the high carb challenge. If your provider pushes back and say, I've never heard of it, you say, that's okay. A lot of people haven't heard of it. This is a rare disease that's emerging. We have over 200 cases that were confirmed to have it, and there's over 1,000 people in our support group that have realized they have this and they're reaching out to their providers for help. Also, provide your medical doctor our website, autobrewery.org. They could reach out to us. They could download the case studies. We will provide them some cliff notes on how to test, diagnose, and treat Auto Brewery Syndrome. And we have doctors that are more than willing to speak to any provider in the country on the phone and give them support on what to do. So no provider needs to figure this out on their own. We have a team of doctors that are more than willing to jump in and help. My husband was diagnosed by a man who was a gastroenterologist for 55 years, and he's never heard of it until he met my late husband. And he received help through another provider that was familiar with Auto Brewery Syndrome, and he is paying it forward. And he also works with an infectious disease doctor, and she too is willing to help any doctor who reaches out to them. Please share my video and get this information out to people. Most people develop ABS after taking 1 course of antibiotic, 7 to 10 days course of antibiotic, and they realize later that they've been sick and their bodies may be converting the carbohydrates they eat to alcohol. We also have children in our group. Their bodies are making very high levels of alcohol as well after consuming carbs. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you're well and have a good holiday.